Hallo Lieblings and welcome to LF Radio, the coolest German English radio station this side of the globe. This is your host Charvi and I'm here to bring to you the latest and hottest German topics. Now, today is the day 5 of Learn German in 15 Days Challenge and LF Radio has decided to teach you sentence formation with the help of a lot of interesting games and the hottest soundtracks. So, excited for it? It's show time! But just before we begin, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Language Fluent, for this show. Language Fluent teach 16 plus foreign languages and also provide with translation, interpretation and overseas education services. Interested? Enroll for their course today. Links in the description. Alright, jetzt gehen wir weiter. Let's get on with it, guys. How to form sentences. Now the first topic that we are going to take up is the subject of the sentence. Now the subject in German sentences takes the typical subject position, that is the position 1. As an example, I would say, Ich habe einen Hund. Ich habe einen Hund, which means I have a dog. Now the word ich becomes your subject of the sentence and takes the first position. Ich habe einen Hund. I have a dog. Okay? Now, moving on and considering another case in which the subject can take the third position. Do you know what that's called? It's actually the subject inversion in German. Now, that takes place when we are emphasizing over a complement or the object of the sentence. That is when the object is placed at the position first and the subject occupies the position number 3 of the sentence. I will take up the previous example, Ich habe einen Hund, but will apply it in this context. So now according to this concept, I can write the same sentence as Einen Hund habe ich. Einen Hund habe ich. It makes the same sense. I have a dog. But the only difference is I'm emphasizing on the dog now. So the dog or einen Hund, which is actually the object of the sentence, takes the first position and ich takes the third position of the sentence. Einen Hund habe ich. Okay? Oh, great. So this is where you place your verbs. In case, in a sentence, the verb is conjugated and there is only single verb in the sentence, that is when the verb takes the second position of the sentence. So I am going to share an example with you just to support my argument. My example for you is Ich bin 7 Jahre alt. Ich bin 7 Jahre alt, which means I am 7 years old. So, bin here, which is the conjugated form of sein, which means to be, is our verb. That takes the second position here. Ich bin 7 Jahre alt. To understand this better, I have an even better track for you guys. Here you go. The example that have been used since the previous other topics as well. So the example that we were using was Ich habe einen Hund. So habe here, which is the conjugated form of haben, which means to have in English language, takes the second position since it's the verb of the sentence. Understood? Great. Let's move on to the next part of the sentence. particles that occupy position 0. Well, which are those particles? The particles that do not really influence the sentence are known as particles 0, and they occupy any place they want in the sentence. Well, let us understand these better. So, these particles that occupy position 0 can be conjunctions or interrogative particles, etc. Now, in this context, the verb takes the first position while the subject of the sentence takes the second position. Okay? Let us understand this better with help of examples. The first example that I'm going to share is Ich habe viel Arbeit, aber wenig Zeit. Ich habe viel Arbeit, aber wenig Zeit. Now this means I have a lot of work but less time. Okay? So here aber is your conjunction. Aber means but. Okay? Now taking another example, I would say wie alt bist du? Wie alt bist du? How old are you? Now bist is your verb and alt is old. So this acts as an particle 0 position. Wie alt bist du? Okay? Now this is pretty simple. Well, the object of the sentence can be identified pretty easily since you already know how to form a sentence. I'm again going to use our very old sentence, our example. Ich habe einen Hund. So in that sentence, your Hund becomes your object of the sentence. Ich habe einen Hund. I have a dog. So your dog becomes the object of the sentence. Understood? So, for this round 1, I'm going to give you a set of jumbled sentences. And what you have to do is, within the time limit of 10 seconds, you have to form sentences. Keep all that we've done in mind. I know you got this. Let us begin. The first sentence for you is Ich / Hund / einen / habe. I know it's the easiest one of them all. So the meaning of this is, in English, I / dog / a / have. So now you have 10 seconds to think of the answer. Okay, time's up. I know you didn't even require 10 seconds for this one. Super easy, we did it all along. The answer for this one is Ich habe einen Hund, where Ich is your subject, habe is your verb, and Hund is your object of the sentence. Excellent. Let's move ahead and do the second question for the day. The second jumbled sentence for you says Er / Freund / mein / ist. Okay? Er, Freund, mein, ist. Now this in English means he / friend / my / is. Okay? I'm giving you 10 seconds again. Think correctly. Okay, time's up. So, did you think of the correct answer? Are your verb placement correct? Okay. So, I'm going to tell you the answer now. Hold up. The answer for this one is ist mein Freund. Ist mein Freund. He is my friend. Okay, if you got this one correct, kudos to you. Alright, let's move to the next jumbled sentence. The next question for you says Sie / zu Hause / geht. Sie / zu Hause / geht. This in English means she slash back home slash is slash going. Okay, let me think and you also think at the same time. 10 seconds for you all. Alright, stop guys. Did you think of the correct answer? Well, the answer for this one is Sie geht zu Hause. Sie geht zu Hause. She's going back home. Absolutely correct on that. Alright, the next question for you says Wir slash nach Deutschland slash gehen. Wir slash nach Deutschland slash gehen. Now this in English means we slash to Germany slash are going. Again, 10 seconds for you to think. Alright, so what is the answer? Well, yes, the answer for the same is Wir gehen nach Deutschland. Wir gehen nach Deutschland. We are going to Germany. Alright, great. Let me now bring to you the last jumbled sentence. This is how it goes. Ich slash meine Mutti or meine Mutter slash Liebe. Ich slash meine Mutter slash Liebe. This means I slash my mother slash love. This should be a very sweet one. 10 seconds again. TikTok. Yes, time's up. Tell me you got 10 on 10 on this one as well. Okay, so this sentence becomes Ich liebe meine Mutter. I love my mother. Ich liebe meine Mutter. Excellent, guys. You got a 10 on 10 on that. Excellent. I can't be more proud. Okay, with this done, let us move ahead and learn the German articles. So, well, the articles in German language are divided into two parts. The first one can be said as the bestimmte articles or the definite articles, and the other one is the unbestimmte articles or the indefinite articles. Now let us understand what bestimmte articles are like and what the unbestimmte articles are like. Talking about the bestimmte articles, we write them in accordance with the genders. So, talking about the three German genders, masculine, feminine and neuter. And also, let's not forget the plural in the definite articles. So, in the masculine gender, the article that we use is der. Der. For the feminine gender, we use die. For the neutral one, we use das. And for the plural bestimmte article, we use die, which is similar to the feminine one. With that said, I am going to now share some tips only for my lovely viewers out there. Are you ready for them now? So the German tips that I am going to share are as follows. The first tip says that grammatical gender does not follow a logical set of rules. Okay, this one is a pro tip. Alright. The second tip says always learn German nouns along with their articles. So, hold up. We got German nouns too in our series. Go and watch that too, guys. And do the articles and nouns hand in hand. Moving to the next tip, listen to a lot of German language. Basically what I'm trying to say is watch Language Fluent. And don't forget the LF radio show. Alright, the next and very important pro tip that I'm going to share with you guys is nouns endings, that is the suffix, gives us a lot of hint. Okay, now to understand this particular pro tip a bit better, I'm going to go in detail of the masculine, feminine and the neutral nouns and how their suffixes help us identify the article associated with them. This will come a lot of handy while you're writing your German sentences. Okay, talking about the masculine gender, that is der, we can identify where to put der with the help of the suffixes, namely ling, ist, or, ismus and er. So, I'm going to give you certain examples to understand this better. The first one says der Zwilling, which means the twin. The second example says der Professor, which means the professor. The third example says der Optimist, okay, which means the optimist as in English language. The next one says der Tourismus, which is actually the tourism. And the last example I'm going to share is der Tiger, which means the tiger. Alright, since we've now understood the masculine bestimmte article, let us also now understand how and where to use the feminine die bestimmte article. Now, the suffixes namely kite, ion, height, ens, tet and help us identify a feminine noun, and therefore we'll be in a position to understand and write the feminine bestimmte article as well after we identify the feminine noun. So, this is how it goes. The example says die Müdigkeit, which is the tiredness. The second example says die Situation, which means the situation. The next one is die Dummheit, which means the foolishness. Okay, the next one says the Intelligenz, which means the intelligence. The next example says die Spezialität, which means the speciality. Okay, and the last example for us is the Einladung, or the invitation. With that understood, let us also now quickly cover the neutral bestimmte article, which is das. Now, the suffix that helps us identify the neutral noun is nis and ment. Okay? So, examples for the same are das Zeugnis or the certificate. Next one is das Geheimnis, which is the secret. The third example is das Dokument, or the document. And the next one says das Instrument, which is the instrument. And the other examples of neutral articles are das Buch, which means the book, and das Auto, which means the car. Congratulations guys, we are through with our bestimmte articles. But I'm sure you didn't forget the unbestimmte articles or the indefinite articles. Well, let us cover them as well pretty quickly. This is how the unbestimmte articles go. Again, talking about the three genders, The unbestimmte article for the masculine gender is ein, ein. For the feminine gender, the unbestimmte article is eine, eine. Then for the neutral unbestimmte article, it becomes ein, ein. Similar to the masculine one. Alright. Again guys, pro tips only for my lovely viewers. The first pro tip I'm going to use is, these are used only when the noun denotes something indefinite or category. Did you understand this one? Well, when the noun is talking about something indefinite or a category, that is when you apply the unbestimmte article. Pretty easy, yeah? Let us move to the second point. It depends on gender, number and case. If you're talking about just one thing, then we use the unbestimmte article. Understood? Great! Excellent! Moving to the next one. Articles of masculine and neutral are almost always the same. As I mentioned earlier, ein and ein. Only the feminine is eine. Okay. I'm again going to share a lot of examples for you guys so that you understand this like a pro. The first example I have for you guys is ein Hund, which is a dog. The next example says eine Schwester, which means a sister. The next one is ein Kolleg, which means a colleague. Okay, a male colleague to be specific. Then moving to the next one, eine Cousine, which means a female cousin. Okay. Then the next one is ein Kind, which means a child. Absolutely correct. Amazing. We have completed our unbestimmte articles as well. Cheers to you guys. Since all of you all are already warmed up, let us move ahead and now conduct the round 2 of our spiel. Bist du bereit? Are you ready? Let the show begin. Now, for the round 2 of our game of spiel, I am going to give you a lot of sentences. So, in the first half of the game, you are supposed to fill in the bestimmte articles that we have learned just now. And then in the latter part comes the unbestimmte articles. Are you ready? Let's begin. So, in the upcoming sentences from 1 to 5, you are supposed to fill in the correct bestimmte articles. The first sentence for you says, Dash Mutter ist krank. Dash Mutter ist krank. Okay, you have 10 seconds to think of the correct bestimmte articles. Time starts now. Okay, time's up. So, the answer for this one is die Mutter ist krank. Die Mutter, feminine article. Okay, great guys. Let's move to the next question. The next one says, Dash Tisch ist braun. Dash Tisch ist braun, which means the table is brown in color. Okay. Again, you have 10 seconds to think of the answer. Time's up. So, what is Tisch? Which bestimmte article will you use for it? Exactly. It is der Tisch, the masculine article. Der Tisch ist braun. Correct, guys. Moving on to the third question. It says, Dash Frau kocht das Abendessen. Dash Frau kocht das Abendessen. Dash lady is cooking the dinner. So, 10 seconds again, guys. Okay, time's up. Did you get the correct answer? Frau is feminine. So the article we use for it will be die Frau. Excellent. Let's move to the fourth question for the part 1 of our round 2. The sentence says, Dash Hund spielt im Garten. Dash Hund spielt im Garten. Dash dog is playing in the garden. You have 10 seconds. Okay, time's up. So, Hund, our favorite, der Hund. I know all of you have got this correct. Proud of you guys. The last question for the part 1. Are you ready? Come on. The fifth question says, Dash Freund von Tina geht zu Hause. Dash Freund von Tina geht zu Hause. So, 10 seconds. Tick-tock. Okay, time's up. So, Freund is your male best friend. So, what will you use for the masculine article? Der. Correct. So proud and so excited for the next round too. Okay, now for the upcoming few sentences, you will have to put the unbestimmte articles. Let's see how well you've understood the concept. The first question for you guys says, Dash Mann kommt ins Klassenzimmer. Dash Mann kommt in Klassenzimmer. You have 10 seconds again, guys. Think. Okay, time's up. So, did you get the correct answer? Well, the unbestimmte article for Mann becomes ein. Ein Mann kommt ins Klassenzimmer. Absolutely correct. This is great, guys. Good going. Let us now do the second question. The second question says, Dash Stuhl ist kaputt. Dash Stuhl ist kaputt. You have 10 seconds to place the correct unbestimmte article. Okay, so what is the unbestimmte article for Stuhl? Well, Stuhl is a masculine noun. So naturally, the answer for this will be Ein Stuhl ist kaputt. Cheers to the correct answer, guys. Moving on to the next question. Das Studentin heißt Karin. Das Studentin heißt Karin. So, dash female student is called Karen. So, I hope you got the answer already. Still, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Think of it, guys. Okay, stop. I gave you a major clue. Female student. So the article used here will be eine. Eine Studentin heißt Karin. Great, excellent, good going. Now coming on to the fourth question for the day. The question says, Das ist dash Mann. Das ist dash Mann. 10 seconds for you guys. Yes, so time's up. The correct answer for this is Mann is naturally masculine, so the unbestimmte article for masculine is ein. So das ist ein Mann. Great. Now here comes the last question for the day. I'm sure All of you will want to get this one correct, isn't it? So listen this one carefully and answer it quickly. Well, the question for you says, hier ist dash Uhr. Hier ist dash Uhr. Now you have 10 seconds to tell me the answer. Tick-tock, one last time. Yes, did you get the correct answer? I fully believe in you guys. So, well, the answer for this is, hier ist eine Uhr. Why eine? Because Uhr is the feminine article. So, hier ist eine Uhr. Great, guys. Cheers to all of you. Superb.